But we will keep an eye out on Matt Ryan, the third pick in last year's draft out of Boston College, 23 years old, a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Turner, the league's leading rusher. And up front, Sam Baker, the #1 pick out of USC, has started from the get-go. And they test the running game early with Turner. Still on his feet, plows forward for a gain of 3, stopped there by Alex Brown.
You know, look, the Bears defense obviously is a good, solid unit. They're able to rotate their linemen along the defensive front 4. Solid linebacking crew anchored by Brian Urlacher on the second level. And they got Mike Brown back, a real key to the secondary.
Tommy Harris again not starting today. He's missed the last 2 games. An injured knee, and then was suspended because he failed to show up at his rehab. First throw for Ryan. And it's good enough for a first down to the former Ohio State Buckeye #1 pick, Michael Jenkins. So a good start for Matt Ryan. So they back him up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 from midfield. And they hand it off to Turner. And he is bottled up and is able to manage a gain of maybe a yard. And is split out to the right. Slant caught by Roddy White. Very close to a first down at the Chicago 34.
Now this is just a real simple as a screwdriver. Good slant on the outside. This is 2 second longs now that Matt Ryan has faced. This is a real simple slant flat combination. Puts the ball in a real catchable area away from the linebacker. This is 2 nice second and long completions by Matt Ryan.
Corey Graham, the second-year corner out of New Hampshire, is starting in place of Nathan Vasher. Vasher missed last week against Detroit with a wrist injury, and he is inactive today. Turner bounces off 1 tackle and is driven down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 3. Tillman coming up to make the tackle. A 2nd down and 7. Play fake one way. Ryan rolls the other, delivers a strike to the 15-yard line. And again, it's Michael Jenkins on the receiving end, and another first down.
Now this is a great, calm play fake by Matt Ryan. It's just a simple waggle. Too often a young quarterback will rush this, but he is completely under control. He settles himself. The hardest throw on a waggle route is not the quick little flat. It's not the crosser. It's getting the ball down the field to that deeper comeback, and he did a nice job getting the ball to Michael Jenkins in that instance.
So far, a most impressive opening drive for the rookie quarterback Matt Ryan against his stout Chicago defense. A double reverse, and that did not fool anybody. Most notably Corey Graham.
Well, this is a veteran Bear defense. And you can watch here that the defense is not going to be fooled by this. It's a veteran defense. They see the initial action to the outside. Everybody stays home, particularly the backside. Corey Graham, who's just in his 2nd start, does a nice job of not coming too flat, doing his job, which is to make sure that you're there for the reverse. Nice job by the young Graham.
Turns out to be a loss of 11, so it goes to 2nd down and 21. And here comes Urlacher and Briggs. They pick it up, and the catch is made down at the 17-yard line by Roddy White, so they get back some of that yardage, but a big 3rd down upcoming for Atlanta. Good protection. Norwood out of the backfield is dragged out of bounds again by Graham at the 11. So out comes the field goal unit led by Jason Elam. Kyle Orton, for the 2nd time in his career, is the Chicago starting quarterback. Started as a rookie, you may remember, and speaking of rookies, a very impressive one is Matt Forte, 2nd-round pick out of Tulane, who's already rushed for almost 400 yards and has caught 22 passes out of the backfield. But for Orton, you may remember the 25-year-old Iowa native was a starter his rookie year in 2005. Had a 10-5 record. The Bears won 11 last season, reaching the playoffs. The following year did not take a single snap, was inactive for all 16, played in 3 games last year, won the job this year over Rex Grossman, and has played brilliantly. His first throw today is caught close to a first down by his tight end Desmond Clark.
They've got a great combination of tight ends here, and Desmond Clark, Greg Olsen, and a young rookie, Kellen Davis, who hasn't really even seen the field, but was very impressive in preseason.
You and I saw them against the San Francisco 49ers at Soldier Field. So the catch by Clark was good enough for a first down. And they hand it off to Forte, and nowhere to run. He loses a couple of yards. The first man there, Jamal Anderson, a #1 pick a season ago out of Arkansas.
Well, you can see it's clear cut by the Bears. The first 2 plays are going to the young man, Matt Forte. It was that way last week. I think 12 of the first 18 plays had Matt Forte involved.
Atlanta defensively ranking 23rd so far in the NFL. They pitch it to Forte. Cuts it back to the inside. And stepping up to make the play is Eric Coleman from the free safety spot. Blitz coming. Thrown in the direction of Olsen. Covered by Boley. And the Atlanta defense makes an early stop. Ryan up under center. Hands it to Turner. And the football is loose. Picked up by Alex Brown. And the former Florida Gator is recovered and brought it inside the 5. That is the first time in 402 rushes. Alberto Riveron, our referee today. Our replay official is Bob McGrath. And they're still looking things over and talking it over.
Yeah, here Mike Smith now. He's getting a lot of information from above. Alex Brown comes in unblocked, gets a good solid wrap up on Mike Turner, but you can see right here this knee is down and he still has possession of the ball. That should be Atlanta's ball.
While the quarterback is on the ground, he still has possession of the ball. Therefore, it is not a fumble. It will be second down. Atlanta will not be charged with timeout. Clock operator, please reset the clock to show 6:27. 6:27, please.
Jarius Norwood getting his first carry of the afternoon, and he brings it out to nearly the original line of scrimmage. So to bring up a 3rd and long again for Atlanta. Right again out of the shotgun, and lofts it complete to Harry Douglas, and that is a first down. What a touch by the rookie Matt Ryan. Oh my goodness.
Matt Ryan had a heck of a day passing the football against us, and we're normally pretty good on 3rd downs, but today just didn't happen for us.
And here you can see the defensive back. He has to get just the right arc with just the right depth to drop that ball in for the first down. That's an impressive 3rd down conversion by the young rookie.
Right in between the cornerback Charles Tillman and the strong safety Kevin Payne. Ryan is hit on 6 of 6. Throws on his back foot and still able to get it there. Out to midfield, caught by Roddy White, another first down.
Boy, this anybody that wants to question Matt Ryan's arm strength needs to see this play. He feels the pressure. He's thrown it, falling away like a fall-away jumper. This is a long throw to the sideline, coming down that weak side to Roddy White. That's a tough, long throw. That shows all the arm strength you need in the National Football League.
Roddy White trying to become the first Atlanta wide receiver since Terrence Mathis with back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons. They try and go back on the ground. Not much there. With 3:20 to play in the first quarter, and Ryan looking for the bundle and then has to tuck it away and picks up a yard. He had an eye down the field on the rookie Harry Douglas out of Louisville, but Adewale Ogunleye was applying the heat.
Well, they were looking down the field, and they've got a nice pocket here set up for Matt Ryan as he drops back. He was looking for the big shot. Little play fake, read, not there. Not going to force himself into a bad throw. Tries to minimize the damage.
Yet another 3rd and long. Can they convert again? You betcha. Flag comes in. from the middle of the field in the secondary. White the catch at the 35, and this figures to go against Chicago. A gain of 14. And another first down, and the flag is against the Bears.
Illegal contact, number 44 on the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Ryan, I'm not sure you can be any more impressive. I don't care if it's a rookie or a 15-year veteran than what Matt Ryan has done through nearly a quarter.
And this is the league's leading third down defense in the league in terms of Chicago, and he's converted 2 real third and longs. This is an excellent throw into the hole. These are not easy throws.
They hand it off to Turner. And again, just nowhere to go. Corey Graham coming up to stuff him. Turner has carried 5 times for 2 yards. Turner slips a couple of tackles. He's inside the 30 to the 29, so a little more manageable now on third down at third, and we'll call it 5. Bears showing blitz. They do blitz, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Rashid Davis makes a reception out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 9. Nowhere to go for Forte on second down and a yard. He may have lost 2, depending on the spot. Third and short upcoming for the Bears. Third down and 2, and the first conversion on a third down for Chicago. Quick throw to Davis, and that'll move the chains, a gain of 5.
You know, this Atlanta defense is the old bend but don't break, which defensive guys hate to hear. This is just nothing more than a little quick sprint that gets the ball out into Rashid Davis's hands. Atlanta's kind of a bend but don't break, which typically means we're not very good. But here, as long as they don't give up the big play and make Chicago go the length of the field, right now that'll fit what they need to get done.
Forte is chopped down by Kendall Moorhead. A gain of close to 4. Second down and 6 for Kyle Orton. What an extraordinary story it has been for Orton, who, as this season has gone on, has certainly earned the right to put the ball in the air with more frequency. Over the last 3 games, he's thrown 7 touchdowns, second only to Brett Favre's 9 in the NFL. And he's thrown for the 8th most yards overall this season in the National Football League. He is having a rock-solid season. An eye on the tight end Olsen, and nearly intercepted. Great coverage by Boley.
You know, you talk about Kyle Orton, Tom, and what he's been able to do. There is trust on the part of Lovie Smith and offensive coordinator Ron Turner with Kyle Orton, and it transcends down. Kyle Orton trusts this group of receivers, trying to put the ball up basically with the big tight end Greg Olsen, who's been great for him, relying on Greg Olsen to go up and maybe win that jump ball.
Orton dancing around, and down he goes. Into the arms of Jamal Anderson.
I think he was just getting that monkey off his back. He had to keep pushing him up, so he had to get him off his back. But Jamal played the hell of the game today. Jamal, like I told y'all keep watching how he worked. It's going to come to him. And it definitely came to him this year. We're going to expect that for, 10 more games, we're going to be all right.
I had another celebration that I had planned in mind, but they jumped on my back, so that was just the next thing I thought of.
Jamal had, without a doubt, his best game. He and John have done a nice job working together.
They hand it off to Turner, and his first big carry of the afternoon. Crossing midfield all the way to the 43-yard line. A 23-yard pickup by the NFL's leading rusher.
This is just a straightforward downhill play. Michael Turner sees the cutback angle back into here, and now you're seeing the size and speed that the Chicago defenders were so worried about in facing the leading rusher in the National Football League, Michael Turner.
First down at the 43. They're going to give it to Turner again, and this time nowhere to go. Second down, Ryan. Complete to Brian Finneran. Third down. Ryan steps up and finds Finneran again. First down to the Bears 30. Man, is this guy something?
You know, he is just so comfortable in the pocket. You don't see any nervousness in his feet. You don't see anything in terms of him short-arming the throw. So far, Matt Ryan is not acting like a rookie. And I don't know if the Bears were counting on that coming in, but they know now they're facing something different than the typical, prototypical rookie.
And, Coach, very, very little pressure on Ryan. Their offensive front has done a great job against a Chicago team that has racked up 12 sacks in their last 4 games. Turner, a first down carry, not much there again. They pick up the blitz, and Ryan looks to the end zone to Jenkins off the fingertips. And Norwood is chopped down at the 22-yard line. Is that a loose football, or was it blown down?
Looks like either way that it was down, or if it was fumbled, looked like Atlanta had the ball.
Change of possession on the field. The defense recovered the ball, fumbled. The offense got the ball back. Therefore, Atlanta has the ball, 1st and 10.
Well, now a challenge comes from the Chicago sideline. Lovie Smith wants to make sure that everything that has just been explained and looked at and so on and so forth is indeed accurate.
Tommy Harris is on the ground. He has control of that ball, and as you see as we let it run, there's no one near him. He is not down, and as he tries to get up, the ball comes out, and that's where the fumble comes from. Strange sequence of events, but I think the officials got it right, and it's going to be Atlanta's ball on the 12-yard line.
Atlanta fumbles the ball. Chicago recovers the ball before he is touched and down by contact. The Chicago player fumbles the ball. Atlanta recovers again. Therefore, the 1st and 10 for Atlanta. Chicago will be charged with a timeout.
And the officials got it right. That's the most important thing.
But Ryan up under center gives it to Michael Turner, and nowhere to go. Dusty Dvorak along with Lance Briggs in to make the tackle. That decision took almost as long as a decision from the Supreme Court. So we're finally back at it. 9 minutes to play until halftime.
You know, Atlanta's really trying to establish that run, and I understand that. They've done that to the degree. They need to start doing some play action on 1st down, because right now the 1st down running game is just not getting anything.
Only one big run today for Turner, the 23-yarder, earlier on this drive. Out of the I formation. Play fake. Ryan lost to the end zone. White, did he hang on? A flag comes in. It is ruled a touchdown. But we wait on the flag. What a throw. What a catch in traffic by Roddy White.
Ineligible player downfield, number 77. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And Finneran dropped it wide open on 2nd down.
Now, Brian Finneran, longtime veteran, here to help the locker room. You don't expect this from a Brian Finneran. He's too vested a veteran. You need this catch. He clearly was going to get upfield, try to make some yardage after it. This is where Matt Ryan now just bites his lip and says, okay, we'll dial up the next one.
So far, Ryan and company 3 of 6 on 3rd down, converting into 1st down. This one 3rd and 17. Douglas a catch at the 15. So now another field goal try.
This is a big series for the Chicago Bears. They've got to show that they can hold on to this ball for a while and get a scoring drive before they lose control of this game.
Play action one way. Orton rolls the other, drops it off to Desmond Clark, the tight end, and that's a gain of 11. Play action again. Orton looks down the field, has a wide open Devin Hester. That's another 1st down to the Atlanta 40.
You know, you can see the Chicago Bears loosening up the game calls now. Matt Turner's letting Kyle Orton open this thing up. Devin Hester started last week against Detroit, is beginning to look like a legitimate receiver. Nice setup on the route, little wiggle on the inside, nice turn getting to the outside. He's beginning to look like a legitimate wide receiver.
Well, today the Bears again are playing without Brandon Lloyd, who is still nursing an injured knee. They try and go to the ground, and Jamal Anderson puts a stop to that. Kyle Orton looking around, and he finds Hester. There is a penalty flag in the secondary. That's caught down to the 22-yard line. Another big pickup for Chicago.
Illegal contact, number 50 on the defense. A penalty is refused. The result of the play is a first down.
Now, this Atlanta defense has been hurt in the passing game. And obviously, as much as Chicago wants to run the ball, Kyle Orton has got a hot hand. Came off a career game against Detroit. He's in control of this passing offense. Another good route throw to Devin Hester. Right now, this is the path for their success, throwing the ball.
Orton again to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket, still being chased, and he'll just throw it away. On second down and 20. The catch is made to Marty Booker, who made one of the most spectacular receptions you will ever see last week against Detroit. He is closing in on 520 career receptions. What a career it's been. On a 3rd and 5, lofted to the end zone to Booker, and he almost came down with a batted ball, but it's incomplete.
We had a bend but don't break defense today. We came up with a few good stops. In the end, it's not the way we want to play because we did give up a go-ahead touchdown, but you know, our team rallied and we got the win.
Well, that's that trust we're talking about again. He trusts Marty Booker to go up for this kind of jump ball. You're really asking a lot of your quarterback to throw this ball up almost blind. Here you're even with the DB, but you believe that your guy's going to come up with it, and he does with Marty Booker.
And the kick is through the uprights. So now with just under 4 minutes, will they try and go down the field? Dangerous throw, really the first one today made by Ryan. Great coverage by Charles Tillman. Handed off on second down. Couple of hardy collisions down there. Kevin Payne, Brian Urlacher, both making contact with Turner.
Now you can see why the Chicago Bear defense is so hard to run against. They got people flying downhill. They know what their gap responsibility is. Here you see Payne coming in from 12 yards deep. Strong safety coming up there and finishing off the tackle with Brian Urlacher. This is why they're as good a run defense as they are.
A 3rd down and 8 for Ryan. They're coming after him. Throws across the field and a catch for a first down to the 45 to Roddy White.
Again, I'm impressed with the way Matt Ryan throws the ball on the run. He gets outside the pocket, and he does a nice job of settling himself on the throw. Many times a quarterback will rush himself, but he kind of lets himself, his knees bend just a little bit. He sees the receiver at the top. He stays alive, uncovers himself around the defender, and gives a nice alley look to Matt Ryan.
.234 to play in the opening half, and Turner for the second time breaks a pretty good one. That'll be a gain of 11 for Michael Turner, the NFL's leading rusher, who's been pretty quiet so far today against the Chicago defense.
Now there again, you can see just a straight downhill play. They're doing a number of things to try to get the Bear defense off their mark and then come right back and go right downhill, right at him, put a hat on a hat. Linebackers weren't as active that time. That's going to play to the strength of the Atlanta Falcons if they can get Michael Turner getting going downhill with that good physical straight ahead running game.
2-minute warning at the Chicago 43. They're going to throw it to the end zone. And lots of contact down there, and a late flag comes in. They were looking for Roddy White, and he was running neck and neck with Charles Tillman. And Tillman is down.
Pass interference, number 84 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, you rarely ever see that call. And we are told it is the left shoulder for Tillman, the one that was already bothering him. First down at 20. Roddy White right back at it and carries it inside the 40 down to the 37. That's a great pickup on 1st and 20.
Now Matt Ryan has made some hay now on these quick slants. Roddy White being real physical. That's a more difficult pass than you think. Quarterbacks traditionally don't like slant routes. They can't have vision on the linebacker. Those things are probably picked off as much as any route that a quarterback throws. Matt Ryan showing great confidence, great accuracy, throwing in a couple slant routes.
1:21 to play until halftime. The Falcons have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. And on a 2nd and 5, Ryan out of the shotgun throws it high for White, who comes down with the ball but maybe gains a yard. Stopped there by Graham. Clock continuing to run. And they're coming after Ryan. And it was nearly intercepted by Mike Brown. So for the first time really all day, pressure, heavy pressure applied by Chicago on Ryan.
And this is an example of, I don't know that we're on the same page. Somebody should have broke that route off with the pressure that Chicago was bringing. Clearly that's what Matt Ryan expected, but wasn't on the same page with one of the receivers, whoever was responsible for that hot throw.
36 seconds left, and they're going to put it in the air. And the catch is made by Booker out to the 27-yard line. Clock continuing to run.
Again, I think this is an indication of the faith they have in Kyle Bowler with less than, or Kyle Orton, excuse me, going back to my old days, with less than 30 seconds, letting him make a run at this thing in a 2-minute.
Lofted towards the corner, and it's overthrown. He had an eye on Devin Hester, stopping the clock. 12 seconds remain.
When you play teams like this, who run the ball and eat up clock, you have to get first downs as an offense. If you don't get first downs, I think we had 22 plays or something at halftime. So it's tough to get through all the stuff you want to run. We were able to get first downs in the second half and get to a lot of the plays that we wanted to get ran.
I think Bear games in the past, Lovie Smith, back on your own 20, you're under 30 seconds or under 40 seconds. Okay, we got a one-score game. Let's regroup here a little bit. Let's run the ball a couple times.
Going to hand it off to Forte. He's out to the 35-yard line. That'll end the opening of the second half. And out of the shotgun, it's Jarius Norwood. And he'll take the snap and run it back up the middle. And he's all the way to the 41. So on the very first play of the second half, they have Norwood, a running back, in the shotgun, and a gain of 20.
Well, it's all just old single-wing football. This kind of becomes the vogue thing right now. I've said it before, the quarterback in the running game is basically useless. And now to be able to get a direct snap to a back, you gain a man advantage, and it's a nice changeup.
Of course, Darren McFadden all of a sudden put that in vogue a season ago at the collegiate level with Arkansas. And for the first time today, Atlanta in the hurry-up offense. What a catch made on the far side by the rookie out of Louisville, Harry Douglas.
When you commit the extra defenders to the run, as you well know, it gives your quarterback opportunities to throw the football down the field. And I thought that Matt did a very good job yesterday throughout the entire game.
And again, this hurry-up offense has been extraordinarily successful the times they have used it this season.
Oh, and to ask a rookie to orchestrate that against the Chicago Bear defense, another example of the faith they have in this young quarterback.
Roddy White looking at Matt Ryan saying, what are we doing? And they're handing the ball off to Turner. And he pushes ahead and picks up 3 yards. They hand it off to Turner. A first down and then some. Briggs tackles him, but not before a gain of 13.
Now, I tell you what, this is a great job by Atlanta. We saw last week every time that Detroit tried to check, Chicago checked to counter it. They knew that they're going to check. They went to a cover 2 defense, a good box to run against. Matt Ryan making the right call based on what he was anticipating.
Now they pitch it to Turner. Boy, Corey Graham's made a couple of real nice plays stepping up from the cornerback position. And bear in mind, as we begin the second half, the Bears are basically down to a pair of backups at the corner spot. Vasher inactive, Tillman injured in the first half. Graham started last week and again today, and Hamilton has replaced the injured Tillman.
Now you're in field goal shape here. No huddle offense. You got to be very careful you don't leave yourself vulnerable.
Watch play action.
Catch made by Jenkins, but a very short gain. They throw it to the right side this time, and it's incomplete. White was looking for a flag. Forte trying to cut it back the other way and has some running room out to the 25. That'll be a 7-yard pickup. They're blitzing. And again, it is Jamal Anderson making a stop on Forte. 3rd down upcoming. 3rd and 3. And they hand it off. And a big gainer all the way out to the 45-yard line.
This is a great play call by Ron Turner. You've got them all spread out. Defensively, Atlanta's done the same thing with this big hole in the middle. Run a quick trap in the middle. And Matt Forte is shown to be very good on 3rd down runs. I imagine Chicago, I don't know this for a fact, but I would bet that they lead the league in 3rd and medium runs.
So 1st down out to the 45. Forte again. And coming up to wrap him up and drive him down is Michael Boley. Kevin Jones gives him a breather. He spins away from one tackle. Causing the pressure initially was Abraham, and then had help behind him. They're coming after Orton. He gets it away to Hester. And what a tackle, whether it's a tackle by Grimes or whether Hester lost his footing trying to cut it back up the middle. He will be short of the 1st down by maybe a yard. And a decision now perhaps for Lovie Smith. Does he go for it this part of the field?
Well, he's got to do something to change the emotional tenor of this game, and it looks like going for it on this 4th and 1 is the call. Be very surprised if this weren't a run.
Forte cuts it back to the inside. Boy, what a savvy move by the rookie Forte, the 22-year-old out of Slidell, Louisiana.
This is the patience. You talk to Matt Forte and you talk about how fast this game is. He said, yeah, it's fast, but the thing I've got to learn is to be patient. And there's a good example of it. The ability to stretch, read your blocks, slow down, then make that cut. I'm amazed at how often Chicago is willing to put the ball in the hands of Matt Forte in critical 3rd down situations.
Well, Forte leads the NFL in getting 1st downs on 3rd down. And another one there on a 4th down. Here's a catch made by Hester. That is a pickup of 15 to the Atlanta 29.
Here's another example of the maturation of Devin Hester as a route runner. He does a nice job of setting this up, a little wiggle to the inside, then a nice turn and coming back at an angle to where it's a nice safe throw for the quarterback. Another nice example of how Devin Hester is growing as a wide receiver in this offense.
He's been forced to play a lot more these last couple of weeks. As you look at the numbers for each quarterback, solid numbers for both. But neither quarterback has gotten his team into the end zone. Little delay to Forte, who spins out of a tackle, and he's down to the 23. On a 2nd and 5, a short drop for Orton, and he's looking to the end zone for Hester. An excellent coverage out there by Brent Grimes. Catch, another 3rd down conversion goes to Booker to the Atlanta 12, and all of a sudden Chicago dominated this entire game, knocking on the door to draw within 2.
We saw Matt Ryan on the other side convert a couple 3rd downs with just a simple quick slant. Marty Booker using his size and strength to break to the inside. Kyle Orton putting it right on the money for a key 3rd down. You got 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line.
They faked it to Forte, then threw it to Forte, and the rookie lunges forward close to the 5. 2nd and 4, they pitch it to Forte, cuts it back to the inside, and he is met by Curtis Lofton, the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Oklahoma, short of a 1st down.
Interesting call here now. You've been in a couple 3rd and shorts. You've run the ball. You're shown a willingness to put the ball in Matt Forte's hand. Might be an excellent place for a little play-action fake. You want to be a run-oriented team. I'm sure Lovie Smith would love to see you shove it up in here. Might be a great place for a little play action.
Forte tiptoes his way to the end zone. So just like that, a most impressive drive put together by Kyle Orton and company. And with a point after, they're less than a field goal away from a... They're going to hand it off to Turner on 1st down. And he picks up maybe a yard. Coming down to make the tackle is Kevin Payne. They're going to run it. And again, it is Payne coming in from the strong safety spot to make the tackle. Slowed down initially after good penetration by Dusty Dvorak. So 3rd and long for Ryan and Atlanta. Out of the shotgun, Ryan, good protection, wide open, caught by Douglas, all the way to the 27.
I thought our guys on the outside made some plays, and that's big because there's a lot of good cover teams that you play in this league, and you've got to have confidence in your wide receivers.
Every game we go out there with him on the center, we have a chance to win. You know, and as a defensive player, you know, he's the kind of guy that you want to give your all for.
Ryan steps up and throws it away. First time he's taken a pretty good lick the entire afternoon. 2nd and 25. Pump fake. And lofting it to Roddy White. He makes a catch. And look at the extra effort to get close, if not accomplish a 1st down.
He's doing a good job. You know, this guy is not playing like a rookie quarterback. I don't know how to explain it, but he goes out there, man, he just does his thing. You know, he stays mentally tough. And, you know, we're going to win a lot of games with this guy.
Well, that's one of those plays that you watch this young man make, and if it doesn't work, you're all over him for making a dumb rookie mistake. Now he's just being an NFL quarterback, making something happen and making a big play down the field that now pushes them back into the possibility of a touchdown.
And Atlanta at the Bears' 17-yard line. This is Michael Turner. An excellent pursuit by Urlacher. Got some help from Hamilton. And it'll be a loss of a yard. They're going to fake it to him. And then it's just thrown away. Heavy pressure and a big hit on Ryan by Hunter Hillenmeyer. Can they keep the drive alive? Caught by Finneran. 1st and goal at the 5.
3rd downs that they converted had, in my opinion, had nothing to do with the personnel. I mean, you know, we just didn't get off the field.
Holding number 21 on the defense. That penalty is refused. So result of the play is a 1st down.
Again, a 3rd and long. Another 3rd and long that Atlanta has faced. Matt Ryan. Again, slants have been big in this game for both teams. Brian Fennerin setting up on the outside, getting a good stab. Corey Graham having to grab as he goes by. Huge 3rd down conversion for Atlanta.
Can the Falcons get into the end zone for the first time, or will the Bears stop them again? Turner on a 1st down carry gets 2. They're going to roll out Ryan, and Roddy White a touchdown. Forte met at the line of scrimmage. Chauncey Davis, 4th-year lineman out of Florida State, up to make the stop. Orton in trouble, able to dump it off to Forte. He beat Boley, but Boley slowed him down enough where Chevis Jackson came up to make the tackle.
This is a heady play by Kyle Orton. Starts to scramble, knows where everybody is, figures, you know what? As much as I want to do this, I think I'll let Matt Forte have this ball. Everybody's collapsed around him. Now gets him down to a much more convertible 3rd and 10.
Slant to Hester. That is a 1st down and more to the Falcons 35.
Well, slants have been the order of the day on any 3rd down. This is another one, Devin Hester. Nice stab route on his part. Obviously, the DB giving him respect because of his speed and a nice, quick, efficient throw. Typically, a slant on 3rd and 10 is a little bit long to get a 3rd down conversion off that route. But obviously, that's been the route of the day because both sides have converted with that simple slant route.
Hester, a career-high 5 receptions last week against Detroit. He ties his career-high 5 of them for 70 yards today against Atlanta. And they hand it off for the first time to Kevin Jones on this drive, and he picks up a couple of yards. He throws it again. Catch is made by the tight end Olsen, and that is a 1st down to the Atlanta 18.
Now, this is some of the latitude they have with their tight end, 2 tight end package. They've put Greg Olsen on the outside of the wide receiver specifically to see the matchup. Here you can see the wide receivers on the inside. Out of your screen right now is Greg Olsen on the outside. They got the matchup they wanted, and when you have a tight end with the athleticism of a Greg Olsen, it gives you that latitude.
Olsen, the Bears' 1st-round pick out of Miami a season ago. Had a couple of critical fumbles in a devastating loss to Carolina. And now Orton again looking around. Finds his other tight end, Desmond Clark. And he has a 1st down to the Atlanta 7.
Now the Bears said going into the game that because of the nature of the Atlanta defense that their running backs and tight ends were going to have to be a big part of the passing game. Haven't seen it up to this point a lot, but here the last 2 plays go to tight ends. First to Greg Olsen and then to Desmond Clark underneath.
First and goal. Lofted to Olsen. And he got tangled up with Grimes and incomplete. 2nd and goal. They pitch it to Forte. Cuts it back to the inside. And maybe about a half yard short of a touchdown.
We talked about the patience that Matt Forte is learning as a running back. Watch what a great job he does as he gets to the outside. Slow playing it, waiting for that seam, putting his foot in the grass, and now just a slight cut off the backside of the tackle or the lead blocker, getting it down to the 1-yard line.
And lead blocker Jason McKee is a lone setback. He gets the ball, and still no signal. This is unquestionably, no, I shouldn't say unquestionably, 4 down territory here. I mean, you're that close And, you know, do you go ahead and take the 3 now and have to get 7 the next time, or do you go for the touchdown here?
Conventional thinking says you kick it, but you've got to send a message here that you believe in your running game. Looks like Lovie Smith's going to go for it. Certainly to have to come back to get a field goal to get ahead rather than a touchdown is an easier task. This down in, he's showing faith in his offense right here.
McKee and Olsen leading the way for Forte. Did he get in? He is denied.
This resilience I see that we have now. You know, before, you know, like you can bend but don't fall, you know, and I think we bend, but we held up when we needed to, and we didn't give them no points.
It really shows what kind of defense and what kind of personality that we have when you can make a goal line stance like that and really keep control of the game.
It's the second time that our defense has been backed up inside the one, or backed up and inside the 1 yard line, and been able to make a play. And that was a big play.
Not exactly the same situation as Chicago faced against the Philadelphia Eagles, but that was huge for them in that game and turning the tide. This may prove the same way for the Atlanta Falcons.
Gordon comes out throwing, finds a tight end, Olsen, and he is able to get out of bounds after a gain of 4. Gordon steps up again, another very short pass, and it's through the hands of Olsen. 3rd down. Over the middle, what a catch by Clark. He just snatched that ball away from the rookie Lofton.
Well, like we said, they're getting into a hurry-up mode now. The clock is working against them. Now, whether it's 3 points or a touchdown, they got to score, get the ball back, and give themselves a chance to go ahead in this game.
Well, they hand it off to Forte. That's going to chew up some valuable time as they try and hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Clock at 5 minutes and now less. Down the middle, Olsen to the 14. And Orton urging his troops to get up to the line of scrimmage as the clock is down to 4.5.
You can see why they're excited about Kyle Orton doing a great job here in the no huddle, and they're doing no huddle in a 2-receiver set. That gives them a lot of latitude. They can get in a 3-wide look, a 4-wide look, or line up and run the ball in a legitimate 2 tight end alignment as well.
Pump fake, and then he just throws it out of bounds. Bierman and Davis applying the pressure on Orton. In a 4-receiver formation. Pump fake. Incomplete. They're coming after Orton. He gets it away, but Booker didn't even have time to turn around.
Miscommunication there. Kyle Orton was expecting a break off by Booker on the right side. Instead, Booker took the ball down the field. Kyle Orton looking for a quick throw. Had he broken inside, might very well have scored.
Norwood will bring it out. And he's out across the 20 with a kicker to beat. Norwood down the sideline, all the way to the 20.
You can see as this thing develops, it's a classic cutback start one way. Huge alley coming back, leaving him one-on-one with the kicker. Getting them down in great scoring position.
Garrett Wolf able to run him down.
Great explosion by Darius Norwood, doing a great job of exploding through the break and getting as much yardage as he possibly can.
Norwood has blinding speed. It'll be Turner on the handoff, and he loses the yard. Second down carry is to Turner. He's had a quiet day, had 1 run for 23 yards. He's carried it 23 other times for 30 yards outside of the 1 big hit.
And the Bears, Lovie Smith, good use of his timeout now. Obviously, he can't let Atlanta do just what I was talking about. Suck that clock down. You've got to assume they're going to come up with the field goal. You don't capitulate anything, but assuming they come away with the field goal, rather than thinking you're going to hold on to those timeouts for my offense, they can suck down way too much clock. Atlanta can in this situation. They're apt to get another timeout if Atlanta runs the ball on this third down, which is probably what they should do.
Well, 3rd down and 10. Line up in the I formation, and they hand it to Turner. And he is stopped at the 14, and Chicago probably spends its final timeout right now. And this is a huge field goal for Smith and the Falcons. Elam missed it. Wow. Bears have a chance to win this thing. A touchdown and a point after, and they go home winners in a game that they have been dominated. Orton to Desmond Clark. That is a 1st down to the 36-yard line.
They've had the great goal line stand. They've made it a tough day for Chicago on 3rd downs, but now this is the true test of this first-year defense under Mike Smith, is to can they preserve the victory.
Orton steps up and lofts it to Clark, incomplete, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. They get it off, and looking for Hester, just off the fingertips.
The second half, the Atlanta defense has really stepped up. The Chicago Bear team's got good balance, run and pass. You know, it's all been about the offense, Matt Ryan. This is an opportunity for the Atlanta defense to really create a name for itself, make this part of their identity as a complete team.
And none bigger than that 4th down play inside the 1. 2nd and 10. Lay it off for Forte, and he's still on his feet. Nearly stripped from behind by Abraham. The clock continues to run. He only picked up 4.
They're going to wait to use the timeout. They're going to let Kyle Orton go ahead and make his 3rd down call. Obviously, this is 2-down territory. They can use 2 downs to get the first. No use in punting here.
Across the middle, that is good enough for a 1st down to Forte. To the Atlanta 44. 1:10 left as Orton tries to get him to the line of scrimmage.
Atlanta doing a good job of substituting its defensive linemen, trying to keep him fresh to get a rush on Kyle Orton.
Catch made by Rashid Davis, and he's down to the Falcon 34. Clock down to 52, 51, 50.
Kyle Orton orchestrating everything, telling everybody where to go, what he wants. Looks like got the tight end in for protection.
Across the middle, it is Hester. To the 17, a 1st down. The clock is now under 30. The Bears have 1 timeout remaining. And who calls a timeout here?
Again, we're seeing the development of a receiver here. We got Hester getting that good depth, snapping it off, working into the void in the zone, in underneath the safeties and over the top of the backers. Kyle Orton trusting him where to be, puts the ball up high, allowing Hester to go up and get it. Good hike over the linebackers, doesn't want a chance of underthrowing it. There again, very much a part of the growth of Devin Hester as a wide receiver.
Orton rolls, throws it away.
They're getting close to the point now at 23 seconds where an underneath throw, and this is what the Atlanta defense has to keep in mind. If he's forced to drop the ball underneath, he's apt to get one more play off. He could kill it possibly, but in this instance, you've got to be very careful about dropping the ball underneath, not taking that end zone shot, because you're going to use up a big chunk of clock.
Ball at the Atlanta 17. Second down. Bears down 6 to the end zone. Incomplete. And an eye on Booker. Excellent coverage by Chris Houston, the second-round pick out of Arkansas. And Booker slow to get up.
Like we said, you pretty much have to go to an end zone shot, putting the ball up. As we talked about earlier, the key with Booker is to give him a chance to go up and make the play. Make it a jump ball, and typically he'll come down with that throw.
Welcome those of you just joining us. Chicago with a ball at the Atlanta 17, down by 6 to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago, Rasheed Davis.
Had the defensive back with his head turned, and just Rasheed's, I saw Rasheed's eyes, so I tried to throw it as hard as I can and get it there before the guy, turned around and got his head turned. So Rasheed made a great catch on it. It was a great drive as an offense.
When we got in the end zone, it was, it was a bad feeling. 11 seconds left. You're just wondering that, we got to make a play somehow.
He was throwing the ball quick. I mean, I felt like I was getting close to him. He was getting it out of his hands so fast that, I couldn't really get to him. I put it a lot on me because if I know he's getting out fast, I got to be quick with my move, and I got to get, I got to do my job. My job is to get to the quarterback and press the quarterback.
Can you believe what has happened here in the last 8 minutes of this game? And Jarius Norwood had that big return just a short while ago, but they're going to put it on the ground. And still on his feet, running towards the sideline and tackled to the 45 is Harry Douglas. So they'll get one more play with 6 seconds. So now Ryan drops back, throws, and it is caught. Jenkins out of bounds. 1 second left. They're going to have a chance to win it.
Well, the thoughts going out onto the field were that we had 6 seconds left, and if we made a completion, if we were on time with the throw, that was the biggest thing. If we stayed in rhythm and we're on time, that we thought we could get the ball, complete it, and get it out of bounds.
A 48-yard field goal try for Jason Elam to try and win it for the Falcons over Chicago. The snap, the hold, and it is good!
Matt, are you sure you're a rookie? Did you guys...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.